Welcome, 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 welcome. What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. We're live, we're live, we're live. Hit the like button. We're talking about Queen May, Yul-Edochie today. We're talking about Queen May, we're talking about Akwi, Speed Darlington, and we're also responding to a comment. That's why I always say, always leave a comment because you never know. I might pick up your comment. That's another video as a sequel. So yes, but today mainly we're talking about Queen May Yul-Edochie. We're going to be talking about some secrets. We're going to be sharing some secrets, some things that I found that I think you can learn. Doesn't matter if you're a man or if you're a woman. If you're a man, I'm teaching you what you need to learn about your ex-wives to be and how they can actually use the secrets. I have about 10 of them I'm going to share with you and how they can use it against you if you choose to go that route, if you choose to go the coconut head route. Ladies, I'm going to share this secret with you. You can steal it if you want it, if you need it. God forbid, hopefully you will not need it. If you need it, it's okay. You will learn inside one of the secrets why it's actually not a bad thing. But we're here today. We're going to have a conversation. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Let's warm up. Help me hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. All right, turn up your notifications. We have a fantastic show lined up for you. Hopefully you can hear me. But yes, we have a fantastic show lined up for you. Good evening, Chinye. Let's warm up. Let's pin everybody else into the room. And then let's get going. Let's play the intro and then we'll be right back. Yo, let's see.
Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So go so the remix.
EMB, Tuck Spice, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty. What's worth of a lady? Ain't nice, but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. But then it took a long fun eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it back. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP, oh yeah,
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk. She must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love? Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you dance as a breeze at night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beauty, beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it, beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux. It's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and cut her. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world. Anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it, beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. I feel so close. I don't know. In this, where am I right now? I feel so close to you guys. Welcome back. Welcome, Chinye. Welcome, Chidima. Good to see you. You thought it was 6 p.m. We've never really done shows at 6 p.m. Why did you thought it was 6 p.m.? Does it say 6 p.m. by any chance? Because these things, sometimes, I don't think it says 6 p.m. We're live anyway. Welcome. I miss you, Natu. Welcome, Natu. All right, so we have a show today. We're definitely going to be talking about May Yul-Edochie. I've got some secrets that I want to share with you. Ladies, I have some secrets I want to share with you. I want the men to eavesdrop on this to know that when I share this game with you, the only way they stand to win is if they do the work. If not, it's going to really get worse and it's going to get bad. And ladies, if you don't learn this stuff, it's even worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get bad. So this is, it's going to seem like it's gender specific, but it's not. Okay. So for example, like I said, your ex-wife to be's secret weapon to defeat your manipulative games. So we're going to learn all about that today, but we'll have some warm-up stories. Speed Darlington got arrested. And then there's a follow-up comment that I want us to cover today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you guys for being here. Do me a favor, hit the like button. I'm not really in my studio, so I don't have my. Let me make sure I do that just for people that like us to pamper them. I don't mind pampering you whenever I can, but please help me hit the like button and try not to make me have to remind you. But I understand everybody's busy. Everybody's busy. I'm busy, as you can see. I'm in the middle of nowhere again. I do this every once in a while. You guys know that we have to go get the money. All right. So did you hit the like button? Yes or no? That's what I'm setting up right now. That way people can see it as they're coming in. As you're coming in, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, every one of you, especially those of you that are here right now. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Chinye. I appreciate you, Natu. I appreciate you, Chidima, for being here to continue to support what we're doing. And what we do here is we extract life and relationship lessons from trending topics, and we tackle them from a self-power, social, out of seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. So we try not to dwell too much on anything judgmental. Naturally, as human beings, we are looking for right and wrong, who's at fault, who's to blame, but yet we struggle. It doesn't really help. You might feel better temporarily, but it doesn't really help, you know. And by the way, you can download our books. My wife and I were marriage coaches. We've authored 2 books. There's 2 books. The first one is Get My Marriage Back. You can download them for free, the audio books for free at manofprestige.com. And number 1 red flag. Okay, most people are walking red flags. When I say most people, that means including you, right? So, including me too. So, while most people, everybody else outside of Prestige family, while they're worried about who is a red flag, you make sure you're not a red flag. You're not an easy target. Because if you are an easy target, they will eat you up like Indomie in this sexual relationship marketplace. It's very easy to pick it up. It might not seem easy because you don't know what you don't know. So this book is a must. This book is a must. It's our story. So you could go download the audiobooks for free at manofprestige.com and listen while you're doing other things and you're working other things. This particular book, you need to read it 10 to 15 times. Why? I'm not trying to indoctrinate you, but maybe, okay? The reality is that our parents, they did the best they could do. But when it comes to this relationship streets, it's interesting. It gets interesting. Now, I don't have a lot of time today, so I have to get straight to the point. Yep. See, yeah, I don't have a lot of time today, so I have to get straight to the point. I just wanted to bring you up to speed with what we're doing. We're working very, very hard. Like I said, we're relationship coaches. We pay $50 referral fees. So if you know someone, we offer a free complimentary session and consultation session. And then if somebody becomes a client, we do pay $50 referral fee. So they can reach us. All you have to do is make sure they mention your name. They can reach us with the emails, ask@manofprestige.com, on WhatsApp or text messages, 732-305-8577. The country code is +5. They have to be in the Europe or in America. Yes. Eventually, we will create some kind of partnership where we can serve people out in Africa. But for now, unfortunately, we can't afford it. All right. So if somebody insists they want my help, they can send an email in, and then like I do once in a while, I get a lot of emails. Like I do once in a while, we turn them to a coaching session, a video coaching session. Everyone benefit from it. We don't mention names, anything like that. So feel free to send an email with your full story. Something to work with. I know you can't give us your full story, but something to work with. All right. What else do we have going on? I'm no longer sharing the backstage link. If you want that, you have to send an email because it's a lot of spam activities going on. Let's just meet here and hang out here. So for those of you that are already in the backstage, you guys are so special. All right, we're all special. I'm just saying. All right. Without any further ado, do me a favor: hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. And let's get into the stories of the day. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we are here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, welcome back. All right, so if you recall, let me see if I can share this real quick. We did a story not too long ago. We did this story called the thumbnail says "Arrest her now." Arrest her now. We're gonna talk about this. See this thing on the screen? I'm gonna read it to you guys in a second, and then we're gonna talk because more. It's a part two. It's a part two. Let me share this real quick. 1 second. Share my screen, and then we have this guy. Aha! If you remember this, we did this video with the Alibaba. So this is going to be a sequel to that story. You know. By the way, please feel free to leave me comments and things like that. I would like to continue a conversation. You know, make the conversation, make them more congruent, and carry on the conversations as opposed to just ending at my opinion or just one opinion. Every opinion breeds new opinion based on people's experience and stuff like that. All right. So this is this particular story. So this is going to be part two to it's a video. So you might want to watch the part two once we're done with the show to get a full grasp of what we were talking about. Okay. So this was called, the video is called "The Shocking Truth Why Men Are Calling Police on Their Wives." Alibaba comedian talk. So Alibaba posted a video some days ago where there's a Basbos. There's a guy that was trying to walk away. He was running his mouth heavy. He was responding with insults, back to insults from something that seemed like it was his wife. And there was a bunch of women around, and those women were also instigating the lady, but it looked like a cop was not called, police was not called anyway. But I felt like those kind of escalated situation is, if you have to stay in that situation, if you can't walk away, then the police should be called. And a lot of people come up with all kind of theories to discourage the idea of calling the police or using the authorities. So using the authorities is going to come up a little bit today too, in terms of using the judicial system and stuff like that. Those things are there for a reason. Now we have some of the worst case scenarios, reasons why people will discourage you from using the courts or using the police and stuff like that. Those things, for the most part, should be used when at least one person is feeling like it needs to be used. And you need to embrace that so that you can actually take the time to learn how to respond in case you catch a lawsuit or you catch some kind of lawsuit or a petition or something like that. Instead of avoiding reality, the reality is that the best of us will catch lawsuits sometimes, depending on how much exposed you are to living life. If you're living life to the fullest, sometimes you will catch a lawsuit, you catch a fade in terms of judicial action. But what are we talking about today? So so Alibaba posted a video, and then it looked like there was a lot of back and forth between the man. So as the guy was walking downstairs, walking away from the situation, you see a woman came, I don't know if that was the actual wife, and locked him and started pulling him, even though his hands were like, let me go. But he was, it was insulting her back and all that kind of stuff. Now, in my opinion, I think that man, obviously, there's a lot of stories behind what we saw in that video that we probably won't get. But the reality is that if somebody is insulting and disrespecting you and you don't walk away, you lack self-respect. Let me repeat this. If somebody is insulting you, it's like they're having a conversation with you in a certain manner that's disrespectful, right? You want to check them, you have to say that maybe once or twice and leave it alone. Say, hey, that's disrespectful. I don't appreciate the way you talk to me. And if you have to say that more than twice, you lack self-respect. That's why you're staying there. Okay, there's something about you that is addicted to being right, obsessively feeling the need to be right, and you're engaged in an active argument, essentially. It's okay to walk away. If you can't walk away, is that bad? Let's say you're a woman, there are children involved, you can't walk away from your children, and things are escalating. Absolutely, call the police. Absolutely. So I still stand on that. That's why the authority, they're not there to come and arrest anybody. They're there to make sure that there's peace. Okay. Can things escalate beyond control? Yes. Would that be the story that people carry around most of the time and say, this woman will call the police on you and then take it? That's what most people would do. So that's the rest of the story that we're not getting. So this person left this comment on our video earlier on today, and I want to do this as a part 2 so we can read it together. It says, I live in the UK. This is the credibility part. Okay. Let me get some credibility. I live in the UK, by the way. Don't tell me I'm talking because I live in the village. By the way, there are many people that live in the UK, in the US, and mindset-wise, they still live in the village. I know. You never experienced.
I never experienced it.
I know. Many. So many. There's so many people that live in the abroad. Some of them have lived here for 35 years. You can take a person out of the village, and sometimes you can't take the village outside of them. In the UK, exactly. Thank you, Yul-Edochie. Anyway, so let's get going here. It's very interesting how people try to gather credibility, but the credibility is not deeply rooted. We can tell. We will extract it out of you. We can smell the village in you. And it's not a bad thing to be village, because there's a lot of people that live in the village with wisdom. So this is actually you indirectly suggesting that people that live in the village don't know anything. It's not true either, but we know where you're going with that. I'll admit, maybe I made a little bit of assumptions, but why would you start with I live in the UK? Make your point. I get it. You need some, okay, here's credibility. You live in the UK, bros. I met a guy and we got talking, and he told me that he's from Ibadan. Ibadan, okay. He went on to say that he was working to gather his documents and savings because he was planning to bring his wife in Nigeria over. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about his wife. This is a very important piece of information. His wife, not a girlfriend, not some random chick, not some chick from randomly. His wife. As in, like, the closest human being to him, not even his mother or father, right? As in reality, not just our fantasies, because some of us always say blood is thicker than water. That's not the reality, actually, unfortunately. That's something we wish, right? No, it's not the reality. Blood is not necessarily thicker than water. Maybe physically, if you feel on blood. But as in, like, this idea that we're trying to push when we say that, it's not the reality. The reality is that the person you're having sex with on a consistent basis is the person you're closest with. Okay, let's keep going. So he was planning to bring his wife in Nigeria over. I asked him if he was sure that was the right thing to do, because when our women get over to the West, them heads, they scatter. All right. So what do we mean by their heads scatter when our women get over to the West? What do we mean by that? right? That's a very loaded statement. I don't want to be dismissive of that statement much longer. I want us to get to what do you mean by that, right? What do you mean when you say their head scatter when they enter Yankee or Jant? What happens? Why, right? I'm forced to assume that you know what you're talking about, right? That you're coming from a place that you're absolutely right.
You're right.
But why? We need to get behind why that happens, especially if we're generalizing. That means it's happening a lot. It's happening one too many times, right? So let's address it. Let's get down to the bottom of it, right? Because this solution that somebody should leave their wife 3, 4, 5,000 miles away, can you make it make sense? Is it wife? I'm talking about wife. I'm not talking about girlfriend now. Okay, but even girlfriend falls to that category. If somebody feels so deeply invested in a girl that they are contemplating on bringing them over, document and savings and all, right? I don't think it makes sense to suggest otherwise, that they're not deeply invested. They are invested. There's a reason why they want to bring a whole human being across the ocean. But anyway, so there is this scatter. What do you mean when you say that? And I'm guessing that it gets in their head. They get prideful, right? They start to feel like they're bigger than their husband. Why? How did that happen? How did we get into a place where my wife, the one I paid everything I brought, I imported her, right? How did we get into a place where she deems me so small that everything else she's hearing on TV, from her friends, from our family friends, from girls at the party that goes to Pasuma party every other day at Central Avenue or Martin Luther King Avenue. Every major city, I think, has Martin Luther King Boulevard in this country, in the United States, I think. Right? Why? How did that end up in a place as a man? Right? There are two possible reasons. I'm going to group them under two possible categories. Right? One, she's mad. Her head is just scatter. That makes me ask another question, but let's leave that to the side for a second. The other one is some activities are happening. Culture shock. She's in a different place. She doesn't have family around. She can't hear this one. She doesn't trust you as a leader. I mean, we should just pretend that that's not where she's coming from. It doesn't mean that's your intention. It doesn't mean as a man that you can't be trying to lead, but you're failing at it. But at least we need to identify the actual problem first before we can create the right solutions for them. So he says, them heads, they scatter. As in like, they'll just, as you get to Yankee, as you see Oyinbo people like this, your head just scatter. You just feel like I can do better than my husband. She's starting to feel like she can do better than you just overnight. It's a question. It's a question that you're the right person to answer. Not me. I'm not going to answer for you, right? I want you to just ask yourself, wherever these stories are coming from, ask yourself. And then he goes on to say, this isn't something that I've just heard, but seen happen many times. It's still a personal experience, right? Even if it's you that it happened to. I want you to ask yourself, how did I get into a place where I have a woman that I imported and she lost respect for me? She doesn't listen. She would rather listen to what the TV says or what Beyonce said in the song, even though Beyonce is in her husband's house, or what Ciara said in the song, even though Ciara did her husband's house. That she would rather listen to them than to yield to my leadership. These are the questions that you need to walk through, that you need to answer, that you need to tell us. So he said This isn't just sunset. He said, bros, in the West. He said, bros, in the West. Think twice about bringing your wives over. I don't tell Una. That is a square warning. That is a warning in your face, gentlemen. Right? But imagine this. When I say somebody's invested in a person to the extent that they feel the need that I'm bringing this person over. Why? Could it be just because that's his wife? Just maybe. Like, of course, that's my wife. So what's the alternative if I don't bring my wife over, if I plan to stay here and live here? What is the alternative? What are we working with here? That I leave my wife in Nigeria, right? And be living a single life and then assume that she's living a married life in Nigeria? That brings up another conversation. So you can't trust your wife to live in Nigeria by herself without cheating on you? It's not that. It's not that. But maybe. Let's just assume the worst case scenario, since we're all assuming the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario here is that you bring your wife overseas, her head will scatter and she will call the police on you. And then they will deport you. After spending your life savings and gathering all your paperwork together for your wife. Something is not adding up, is what I'm trying to say. Very true. The UK did jack, or didn't do jack. You mean didn't do jack to their mindset? Yeah, it doesn't. For most people, to be honest with you, we pick and choose when we want the Western world to. It affects our mindset, but there's a certain level you get to. The older you get, the more you pick and choose which part of your mindset you want to be. You want to adjust to the Western world. All of this is coming from people that are just stuck in a certain type of mindset. And it's actually worse for people that travel overseas than people, because a lot of people that live in the jazz, they've evolved in their mindset. They don't have a choice. They live in a world that's evolving. But a lot of people come overseas and they think the travel is all they need, and they get stuck in the mindset of 1976 in Nigeria. I have so many examples, but we'll unpack them as we go. There are people that get stuck in the 1976 Nigerian mindset. The people that live in Nigeria right now, they don't think that way much longer. So how? What do you mean? Because the world is evolving in front of our eyes. You can blame it on West world or not. Of course, there's truth to that to a large extent. There's some things that are just different from the Western world to, if you go back to Africa. But to the largest extent, the world is evolving. If you get stuck, you're stuck. That's just you. Anyway, so back to this story. I need the rest of the story. It's not that simple. You cannot tell a person not to bring their wife abroad and you're giving a very empty warning. This is their wife. So the other issues is what we need to walk through. So let's say where there's culture shock, right? A new environment. She doesn't have family around. There's a crisis between the two of you. You have an argument. Are you very quick to say, hey, I imported you, so you want to argue with me? You can't listen to what I have to say anymore because I imported you abroad, right? Or she can't have an opinion. By the way, keep in mind, there's a good chance that she's already walking on eggshell because she doesn't want to be Abaramoreje. She doesn't want to be an ingrate. So when you had on top of that you're coming off as she can't even have an opinion. So at that point, he said, when they enter Yankee, their head scatter. Is that what you meant? Baba, your problem is bigger than bringing them to Yankee. Your problem is bigger. Okay? We know people that married their wife in Nigeria. The wife, before they brought them to the abroad, because of their manipulative mindset, the wife dumped them before they actually brought the wife abroad. Do we not know stories? You guys have forgotten the bishop story so fast. Who have forgotten the bishop story so fast? The girl did not even get a chance to enter Italy. And when we had a simple conversation with bros here on YouTube, we were able to pick it apart like, Baba, this is your generalization. What happened? What happened? He told us a little bit. Before we know it, the girl came out and told us the full story. The girl even dumped him before she came to the overseas. Now, if that girl has managed to enter abroad now, they will say, when she enter abroad, that's when her head scatter. Really? Can you tell us the rest of the story? Abi, you want us to wait until your wife will come and tell on you eventually? Yes, Chia. Yeah. We will catch you.
Abba, the lie. Sabi lie.
We will catch you. You tell on yourself. So this comment, I get you, bros. But the warning that people should not bring their wife abroad does not make sense. Why? Because of the word wife. It just doesn't make any sense. You need to tell us the rest of the story, the actual problem, so we can actually solve the problem. What manipulative ways do you have? What skills do you have around conflict resolution? When issues happen between you and your wife, are you quick to try to manipulate with I'm the husband? Because she already knows you're the husband, but there's a good chance she's already losing respect for you. But you don't even know how to handle that. You don't know how to earn respect. People must dash you respect. They have to give you respect for free. You don't understand that respect is earned. So it's only get worse and worse and worse. Now, not you, but the people that get in this problem, that's what's going on. They lack the ability to solve problems, resolve issues, and obviously increase their own value by learning how to do so. This is a requirement. This is a required skills, even in the corporate world. How much more inside of marriage? Right? So it's very easy. Lack of accountability is what we're talking about. You can't be accountable. You must blame something else or someone else. You blame the Western world, or you blame, don't let me say Oyinbo, because Oyinbos are corporate. But you blame the Western world, or you blame your wife, or you blame someone, or even your children sometimes. Because you can't find yourself saying, oh, we got a problem. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get to the issue. Let's do some root cause analysis. Let's find out why women will enter Yankee and their head scatter. Because I agree with you. Yes, people will enter Yankee culture shock, their head will scatter. It's not just women, even men. But why? Now, we can't give a generic wife. We have to get down to specifics. People by people, specific cases by cases. You give a generic wife, why a generic why? It's just because they are scatter. See, that tells me your skill set. That's why you're running into problems. So if it now happens to you, or it happens to someone that you're advising, that person will end up in McDonald's.
You will end up in McDonald's.
And then you will jump back to the internet. I said, I know people that this is happening to. Baba, this thing they happen. I beg. Yes, the Bishop of Generalizations. Welcome, Brother Patrick, sir. People, they bring wives to Lagos from the village. Wifey go wild, dump bobos. Yeah, all the time, sir. All the time. So come up with a better root cause, and then we can come up with a better problem. Solution. Right? So unfortunately, bros, who left the comment, I have to disagree. I don't know if it's a disagreement. I'm asking a question. What causes this head scatter thing? Is it just happening? That's the question. What is creating this head scattering thing? So I'm going to leave all of us at that. Why would women come to the abroad and their head scatter? So we can continue the conversation. What is causing women to come to the abroad? They were imported by a competent man, and then their head will scatter. Okay, outside of their being evil. Okay, because women are just evil. If that's the case, I'm just going to say you're right, because it means the women you've encountered are evil. I can't argue with that. I don't have that experience, right? So what is creating that? Can we have more conversations around that? You can even blame it on, let's get deeper into the West. What is it about the West, right? Let's get into that part of the conversation, but I think I've left a few things here to deal with, and then We'll take it from them. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you are notified when we go live. We have another story to cover. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, let's talk. No, not yet. Let's get into the Speed Darlington story. So this morning, early fresh this morning, I just started seeing news everywhere just scatter. Everywhere just scatter on the internet. Everybody had something to say about this all day today, but I want us to talk a little bit about this young man. Speed Darlington is I don't know if I should call him a comedian. How would you describe a Speed Darlington? Who is Speed Darlington to us Nigerians especially? Who is Speed Darlington? It's going to get more popular now after this whole saga, which I'm okay with. But who is Speed Darlington? Let's talk about Speed Darlington. Speed Darlington is a comedian, musician. He released some songs some years back, maybe going on 10 years right now. If you think Vic O, I know Speed Darlington will not like this, but it's okay. He will rest in Jesus' name. Speed Darlington, Dereren. I saw some people already posting Dereren earlier, but in my opinion, he's a comedian. Now it's very entertaining, you know. So he released a song. The song was let's just say, what are we dealing with here? It's like music is art. So some people will enjoy it, some people will not enjoy it. But his own case is like, this is a joke. When you listen to his songs, you're like, okay, this got to be a joke. But it comes with Speed Darlington is a guy that also comes with a special type of character. You know, like he's a personality. I'll call him a personality, maybe a social media influencer. Quite similar to maybe Portable has music you can bump to. Portable has beautiful music, is my opinion, actually. Speed Darlington is like, my ears, what's going on? At least me, because it's still, I think most people will agree, you know. But anyway, let's just call him, no, I won't call him a weirdo. He's weird, but it's not a weirdo. He's weird, but he's not a weirdo. Chidiba says he's an internet personality. Yes, he's an internet personality. And in recent times, he's been attacking one of the top threes in Nigeria, Burna Boy. Okay, he's been attacking him. And I actually saw one of the videos, you know. So Burna Boy was in some pictures, you know, along with Fowls, you know, with Puff Daddy. Before the downfall of Puff Daddy, of course. And so Burna Boy and Fowls, they became, but Fowls is another rapper in Nigeria. Burna Boy is one of the top 3 Afrobeat artists in the world. And they became kind of like the butt of the joke, right? So there's a few pictures. In fact, let me show you this picture, okay? This is what Burna Boy is mad over, just so you know. Just in case you're wondering what we're talking about. Burna Boy is mad over this particular picture right here. This picture. So somebody, I don't know what this is. I'm not sure if this is a Photoshop. Okay, but these are the kind of memes that we've been seeing all over the internet. Okay, but the reality is that Pop Daddy, in the last few years before his downfall, he took a liking to Afrobeat artists. So, of course, everybody did. Everybody wanted to collaborate with everybody. Like even Beyonce. Beyonce did the whole album full of Afrobeat artists, Wizkid, everybody. So, but anyway, since the downfall of PDD in the past few weeks, all the news that broke out, Chia said, my bad. It's okay, Chia. So Burna Boy has become one of the butt of the jokes. A lot of people asking weirdo questions. Speaking of weirdo questions, what happened? And one of the people that was asking that question was essentially Speedolity. Speedolity was asking some questions. He wanted to know what happened. So I'm gonna play some videos. Okay, we'll get through this. It's okay. We're gonna get through some videos here, and then it might make better sense to you guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me refresh my pages. Hopefully we should. Okay, there we go. We got some videos to play. All right. So even unfortunately, this story has made Speedolity's mother come out to the public and started begging and all that kind of stuff. It's messy. It's messy to say the least. But let me see. I think this is one of the videos. Let's listen to this one.
PDD thing they go on. I just the reason. After PDD, say I inspire him, but my Igbo brothers advise me not to go near him until he approached me. And I listened. I didn't go around him. The next thing I noticed is Faz, the bad guy, and the Burna Boy. Everybody just they rush. They go America to snap with Diddy that year. But
is it raining?
After Burna post his picture with Diddy, the next year I've been at the same particular year. Burna won Grammy. You understand me? All I they do since in Aichiche. So I just wonder, Burna Boy, this video, I they ask you question. Don't get offended. Now question I they ask. How many oil did he drop for your before they give you that trophy? Since all this whole PDB thing they go on, I just the reason. Burna, how many oil did them rob for your before? Burna, I'm asking you serious question. Them say them see 1,000 bottles of baby oil for Diddy house. And I know say after you snap with Diddy, you want Diddy. How many? I see magazine. You know they put oil for my body before they go give me kiniko. I just collect them off of merit. You blow after you snap with P. Diddy. You was under his arms, sucking up to Black America. Burna, come to this comment section and clear something. We want to know. Burna, how many oil did them rob for you?
All right. So then, Puff Daddy, not Puff Daddy, Burna Boy posted a tweet talking about what's missing. Why are we talking about what's missing? Anyway, there's this video earlier this morning from Speedolity's mother. Let me play that and then we'll talk.
Good day, everyone. Good day, Nigerians. My name is Miss Queen. I am Darlington's mother. I just get information that my son is missing. Speed Darlington is missing. His gate man called my family and notified my family that there's a video Darlington made and put on internet about Burna Boy. Good day, everyone. Good day, Nigerians. So he notified my family that Burna Boy came with his team and they picked Darlington up from his house. Please, please. Darlington is my only son.
Darlington is a grown-ass man, though.
Son I have. I am begging my fellow Nigerians, please, everyone should help me to beg Burna Boy. Burna Boy, please. My name is Miss Queen. Burna Boy, I'm begging you. My knees on the ground, please. I am begging you, Burna Boy. Tamper justice with mercy, please. Tamper justice with mercy. Have mercy on my son. So he notified my family. Forgive me, please. Burna Boy, I'm on my knees. I'm begging.
Forgive waiting?
Tamper justice with mercy. Forgive Darlington. Forgive Darlington. Forgive Darlington. I am begging. Nigerians, please come to Darlington's aid. Please.
So is she begging Nigerians or Burna Boy?
All Nigerians on Darlington's fan should join me to beg Burna Boy. Please. Burna Boy, please. Tamper justice with mercy. Forgive Darlington. This is me, Darlington's biological mother. I am begging. I don't know what to say other than I am begging. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. I'm a mother. Please. He's my only son. Forgive him. Forgive him. I'm just asking for forgiveness. Please, Burna Boy, please. Please. Forgive him, please. Please, I'm begging. Forgive my son. Release him. Forgive my son, Burna Boy, please. All Darlington's fans out there, please join me to beg Burna Boy for the release of Darlington. Nigerians, come to my son's aid, please. Please. I am begging. I'm on my knees begging. I'm begging. I'm just begging. I have no words. I have nothing to say than to beg Burna Boy. Burna Boy, please, I'm on my knees. May it touch your heart to release him. Forgive him, please. Forgive him. Forgive him. Forgive him, please. I have nothing more to say than to forgive my son. Have mercy on him.
So sad, so sad. So sad.
Oh. Have mercy on my son, please. 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 I'm begging. Have mercy on my son. Please, I'm begging. Forgive my son. Release him. Have mercy on my son, please. Burna Boy, please. I am begging you, okay? Have mercy on him, please, okay? Have mercy on him. I'm not in Nigeria right now, please. Have mercy on my son.
Oh, she's not in Nigeria.
Tamper justice
I think
with
she's
mercy,
in
please.
Yankee. I think that's how they made it here, actually.
Thank you so much. I know you will listen to me. Please.
She's just begging. Okay, so that's the mother. You know how you pray that your children will not bring sorrow or sadness to your life. You know how people make that prayer, right? Very, very important prayer, right? That we all make when you have children out there, especially if those children are grown-ass people that are responsible for themselves. No matter how grown they become, if something happens to them, it becomes your worst nightmare, right? You can't think straight if something ever happens to, God forbid, somebody's children, right? So that was Puff Daddy. Now a couple of that was Speedalities. I'm mixing a lot of names together. Sorry. So that was Speedality's mother, and you can see here there's a video of him potentially being arrested. Let me see. Okay, it looks like he was being arrested here. Was being taken away. Somebody was filming it. All right, as he was walking away. Okay, so that's the mother again. We're not going to play that again. That was very sad actually to watch. Now, Why am I covering this story? You can see here Deji Adeyanju, who I'm not sure if he's still a human rights lawyer, but he's the same guy that's representing Very Dark Man. He's picked up the case. The first thing he said when he posted, said, "You can't sing against oppressors while being an oppressor yourself." Let me read. "We are now involved in the Speedality matter. We will do everything to get him freed. Nobody should be arrested by the police for expressing their views or opinions. We urge the authorities to stop the clamp down on freedom of speech in Nigeria. You can't be singing against oppressors and still be an oppressor. We have just located Speedality and we are working on getting him freed. The attack of freedom expression in Nigeria must stop." Okay. So this was the first person that actually posted a post. The person said, "Good evening, everyone. Urgent notice. It has come to our notice that our man, Speedality in Akwi, has been missing for days now, 3 days now. The last post on this page was made 3 days ago and is unlike him. And up to now, no one has heard from him. We have all tried to reach him, but to no avail. There is no confirmed reason for his disappearance, but could possibly be as a result of a video he must have made before now. Please, this is important. If there's an information anybody asks concerning this, please reach out to me. Please reach out to me, or do not hesitate to put it out, please. We would as well keep everyone posted if." So again, even the general public, because a lot of people are taking liking to, even me, to Speedality. His character is funny. I can watch Speedality video. I can sit down literally for the next 15 minutes if I have nothing doing and just be entertained by watching his Speedality. The same thing with Portable and some of these characters, right? Yes, I'm calling a character, sorry. But let's see if there's any other person with an opinion here. Let's talk to this uncle here, Isaac Fayoshe. He's always has a
I beg me to they look for this boy, Speedality. That Speedality can talk anyhow. Do you remember his video that he said all the women that marry Yoruba, that their womb no go work, that their children go buy?
Jesus.
Do you remember when many of you are saying, "Oh, the guy just leave him"? Madman, they buy data. Madman, they talk rubbish. Speedality, when they release you, the police there, please don't release him. Oh. People cannot just be talk. Even if you are going to release him, take him to Haro. Take him to where they will heal him, because they said he's partially. Burna boy, you are doing a good job.
Jesus.
You should be picking them up. How can you say this PDD, they give you back from back? That is bad. Can you say that to someone else? Why you there? Is Burna boy gay? Come on. We know feed it. Say, yeah, nah, don't take him to police station because he's oppressed. What do you mean by oppressed? Even the thing where you talk, is it not? My children, they find it offensive. They were sad that why is this man talking like this, daddy? That they should buy all the children from Yoruba man to Igbo woman. Come on, the guy say a lot of. There have to be control.
Lots of rubbish.
Steve Darlington must remain there. That must be control. You can't just wake up and be saying, Yahweh. I beg me to they look for this boy.
All right, so that's Isaac Fayoshe, younger brother to Governor Fayoshe, having his opinion. Let me see this other person's opinion. This person, Daniel Rega, says Speedality has been coming for Burna unprovoked, and even went as far as alleging that Burna has been oiled up by Diddy. After such accusations, the internet ran wild. People were trying to cancel Burna and undermine all his accomplishments based on the conspiracy theory. That's nonsense. That's such an over-exaggeration. But anyway, that right there is defamation. Yes, you can call it defamation. He has the right to sue for defamation. That right there is defamation of one's character, which is a crime. While it's wrong to abuse power by whisking someone away unlawfully, there's nothing wrong if legal actions are also taken. Two truths can coexist, but as usual, you like to make everything about oppressors versus oppressed. Have we not been having this conversation? Anytime you're thinking fairness, that's the mindset of oppressed versus oppressors. Are there things like that that actually exist where we should fight an oppressor? Yes. For the most part, no. It's just you lacking accountability for your own results. Okay. And Nigerians fall in that category quite a lot. He's right about that. Now, the question I have at this junction, let me see. He said instead of to apportion blame among those individuals, it's individual. Now, let me ask this question: is it love? What part of the law encourages people to just grab a police, give police 50,000 naira in Nigeria and say, I have to pick up somebody? Is there a part of Nigeria law that I'm not clear on what that is? Because here in the United States, you can't just grab police to come and arrest a person. You can call police to come and answer to an uproar or something crazy going on, but they're not just automatically coming there to arrest persons because you give them money or because you filed a petition. Now, my suspicions are he filed a petition and he did not answer to the petition, and then he has a reason to be arrested. That can happen here. If you have a warrant out there, not by persons, but if a warrant for, even a warrant for civil lawsuits or something, I don't know to what extent really, but if there's a warrant out there, you can get picked up, okay? But not just today. I enter a police station today and I file a petition and I go pick. That happens a lot in Nigeria. I will arrest you. Show my age, meaning. So is there a part of the law in Nigeria? I'm asking a question now to all the people that understand the legal stuff here, because I'm curious. I really want to know, Now, you guys there's a lot of comments have gone in heavy. Welcome, Marriott. See you, everyone. Beatrice, welcome. Says, sue him. Why pick him up if he said something defamation? Good point. That in a normal world, that's not a banana republic. That's what I would expect. But in Nigeria, who knows? I'm sorry, but her begging is as disjointed as this. I'm done. As Darlington's dereng. I'm done. Why was he picked up and why not sue him? That's why I'm asking that question, sir. Uncle Patrick's asking that question too. Sorry, why is he picked up? But so in Nigeria, it's my question. This is very common practice in Nigeria. People get picked up. Let's not pretend that we don't know that people get picked up in Nigeria, right? Why is there a part of the law that encourages that? I want everybody that study law in Nigeria to please answer me, either in the chat or in the comment later on. I just can't with Darlington mouth have no filters. Aisha Kanu says. All right, sue him. Why pick him up if he said something defamatory? Miss Mario, miss you, Jerry. Miss you, my sister. How are you? So individuals are arresting people for telling off-color jokes. That's what I'm asking. Because now they are starting to turn into another oppressor type of joke, But the reality is that now I'm like, okay, Burna Boy, you can file a petition. If he doesn't answer the petition, he can be picked up for that. Yes, they need to find him to come and answer the petition. Now, to what extent? Exactly where do we draw the lines here, especially for civil lawsuits, right? His character is hilarious. I enjoyed the Delulu back in the day. Yeah, he's still out there. He's still very active, actually. Defamation is civil, not criminal. Yeah, I think it was actually criminal until recently, especially with the cyber law and people were clamping down. I think the son Falana was talking about that. Like, he was part of the people campaigning for allowing people with freedom of speech. And if you feel like they said something, they can file a civil lawsuit against you, right? Yeah. Missy EE, welcome. How are you? Good to see you. All right, so that's the question. Let me see. I think there might be a couple of other reaction here before we get. Okay, there's this guy here. Let me see. All right, let's pull a few of them up. This is another video he did, by the way, that was pulled up again.
Burna Boy on me. I am Odogu. That's my language. Odogu is masquerade name. It's not a nickname. If anybody is gonna claim Odogu as a nickname, me.
All right, so that's not true, but also it's a jokester. I can't take his words too seriously, right? Now, the reality is that an oppressor wannabe might want to make him a scapegoat, especially in Nigeria. You need to understand the context of the environment you live in. The environment you find yourself, that's the game. You need to learn the game and stop complaining. And your responsibility is to win the game. In fact, when we talk about Yul-Edochie here in a second, you'll see that also play a role. This is a game, not as in like people are, not as in like you're playing games with people, but you need to understand that you're actively in the middle of a game and you're trying to win, no matter how you shape your mouth to say it in a way, this is not a game for me. See that thing that you're saying that this is not a game for me, that's you trying to win a conversation. You're trying to win an argument, and that argument is a game for you. You're trying to win. So life is about learning the skill set to thrive, to win. And if you have the opportunity, of course, part of the game is being able to carry other people along with you, your family, your friends, the people you like, the people you would like to appreciate. But if you don't understand that there are skill sets around the way we talk, the way we show up in society, you will struggle. In Nigeria, if you run your mouth, part of the game you need to learn. By the way, it could be part of your game. You might be running a game. Maybe you're just chasing clouds. But please be willing to pay the price. You might just get picked up randomly in that society. Is that against the law? It could be. I was asking. I didn't get answers yet. Okay? It could be against the law. If you want to fight with the law, then you fight with the law. That's also part of the game. The key here is that the key to understanding game is that how resourceful are you? Do you know your resources? Do you know how to use your resources? That's the question here. Anyway, let's get going. He's talking. He's just calling out. Now, he picked on the word Odogu. It's a nickname. It's not true. It is a nickname. It might have come from, it's a masquerade name and all this, but it's not true. But should we now dwell on that? How much time do I have exactly? Do I have a couple of millions to throw around just to make somebody a scapegoat? You know, these are the questions. So everybody are adults. They better know what they're doing. That's all I'm asking. Just know what you're doing. If you want to chase clouds and you're ready to be picked up and locked up like very the dark man, sure, knock yourself out. But please don't, just know that there are consequences, okay, for all of this behavior. Just know that. Let's see here. Jude Okoye said, everything are cruise and jokes until hand touch you. Until hand touch you, then they will say you are an oppressor because you think you have money and all. There's a huge difference between freedom of data and freedom of speech. Press play. Don't let the play press you. Use the internet. Don't let the internet use you. That's actually a game. Shout out to Paul Okoye. I drag him sometimes here because of his take on marriage, but I'll let him have that. Listen to this guy. What's his name? Comedian the one.
You go calm down. Are you to go first call gay? If now you really are disappointed, you don't try. You know to say they impress people. You think you're impressing people. Oh, they will know who I am. Nothing. They say the boy they miss it. Before they say who is missing. Okay, so what does that mean now? I beg you. Come on, go sit down somewhere. So you see Nigerians saying if you are doing things to prove say this, you just they waste your time. Now the same people go talk say if PD no use oil, why you invest?
Exactly.
You go calm down there.
I do think Burna Boy should calm down. You should have somebody say a very dull man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's continue. All right, so that's the Adinyoju again.
And for Lagos, everybody be OG, Odogun, Ken, and Cause. Odogun no be nickname, Odogun na masquerade name. Leave my language alone, you.
It said, leave my effing language alone. You what?
You want to be emo, but you're not one of us.
You want to be emo, but you're not one of us.
Olu Road, now me get that side. Shot over there. Now for Lagos, everybody they threatened.
This boy lived in New York for years, for years. Remember, I was talking at the beginning of this show that you can take a person out of the village. You can't take the village outside of them. This guy is an example of them, by the way.
Go match your face. Dengue. Onyo bona bubaba na Lagos. Come Imo State or Road. Around that.
So this thing actually said Speed Darlington really, because I didn't hear the language, but Speed really threatened to leave a bullet inside Burna. Is that what it's been said in that video? I don't understand the Igbo. Chinye, help me. In this clip, unprovoked, and he kept going. ODG has never replied him for once, so he's been attacking him for a while. This is the real word. I don't know.
They say play
let's see
games and you get results, and they say F around and find out. So Abby don't F around, and Abby go collect as he put body. You went and you said that Burna Boy allegedly was with Diddy. You go bring the evidence, we go see him, what we know. Do you think that Diddy's case is a small case? Don't you understand that Burna Boy is an international artist and he does business in the US? You want me to begin the link him towards that case? You know how FBI they work? Sometimes you go just sit down go open mouth talk without thinking that this is somebody's life.
Right.
And it's
so
I beg me.
We already covered that. Yeah, everybody's having an opinion about this, but we have our own opinion too. Let me come to our own opinion before I go into the Yul-Edochie's ex-wife to be's story. No worry, we won't be long here. There's just some lessons that I wanted to share with you ladies and especially gentlemen. All right, so Burna Boy, when Burna Boy just tweeted something, who was missing, I don't know why he was doing that. Was he trolling or something? I'm not sure. Anyway, let me come to the chat for a second and then we'll go into the topic. No, I have not talked about that yet, Miss T. That statement he made is very annoying. Chinye said, Dereng is speaking English, but it's not your language either. I think, okay, so one of the things that got in his head is that there was once upon a time, I think Diddy reacted to a video of his. Let me see if I can find that video actually. Diddy, Speed, Darlington, and Diddy was like, I like this brother. I like, he did something like that. So I don't know if I can find that video. Let's see. Okay, there you go. I found the video. So you see this video? So this was a while back.
Yeah. A lot of people.
So Diddy actually reposted his video. He said, I love this brother. He inspires me. Bang, did-a-dang.
You're asking me what does bang dang means? Bang dang is my slogan. Bang dang is the sound I make when I step into the room. You know what I'm saying? When I take a step, you hear bang. I take another step, you hear bang. I take another one, you hear bang dang. Yeah. So that's what it means. Bang dang is a sound head boss makes when he step in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm not regular. So of course, when I step in the room, grounds begin to shake. When ground begin to shake, you begin to hear bang dang. Yeah, that's me.
And then Diddy said Team Love. So I think he alluded to it earlier on when he was talking about they invited him, and the moment they invited Burna Boy, and suddenly he blew. So he was insinuating stuff. He has to explain himself, I guess. Anyway, let me come back to the chat. MOP, that's a New Yorker. Surprise. Stop it. Play the whole video. I didn't hear the bullet part. That's what that person says. So I didn't hear it too. We didn't hear it. Let's just leave it alone so I can get into the story. But he's been coming for him. I think it's more like cyberbullying. I think that's what he's charging him for in his petition. Now, I didn't hear Abi such threats in the clip you played. Maybe there's a longer video. It might be a longer video, and we kind of run out of time. Let's talk about UL today. Yeah, right on time. He was trolling him, so he got picked up. In Nigeria, it is what it is. Niger diaspora boys fighting, but seriously, it's not good to implicate Burna Boy when one has no evidence. Let the feds do their work. So the question now is that, what do you mean by feds when we're talking about Nigeria? What do you mean by that exactly? Our police in Nigeria, Nigerian police? Anyway, let's leave that story alone. I think we should get into today's lesson, and let's catch up with May Yul-Edochie for a second. And there's some quick lessons, about 10 lessons. I'm going to run through them and see what we can get out of them. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. What really happened to Queen May after divorce? Maybe before, after divorce, or after, before divorce. Let's talk about what is really going on with her. A lot of people are very impressed with her conduct, you know. But first of all, who is Queen May? You guys remember I've been covering the Yul-Edochie from the very first announcement from Yul-Edochie. Yul-Edochie is an Hollywood actor. In my opinion, probably one of the best for a long time, until last 2 years or so. I think it was April 2022 when he decided to come out and announce his new son from a second wife. Immediately, I did a live session. I called out the bluff. I said, this guy, you're not no polygamy. You're a serial monogamist. You don't enter the wrong peoples. So we're going to catch up a little bit. What's this? April 2022. So it's about 2 years plus later on. So every time I get a chance to extract some lessons, that's what I want to do. Yeah, thank you. So here's the thing. This story will keep giving. They're still in the middle of it. I think as of May or April, at May or June, I think they were still in court, and the lawyer came out and said a bunch of stuff that I found quite interesting. The lawyer has actually accused Yul-Edochie of not paying for the upkeep of the family. There's videos out there, not, basically being manipulative, trying to force her into actions, even after he announced that he's moved on with the new wife. Well, not exactly moved on. He wanted to practice polygamy, So now I don't know a lot of Igbo people from polygamist family. Is that something that's practiced in Igbo land at all? I'm wondering. Is that practiced in Igbo land at all? But anyway, so Queen May, they call her Queen May now. She's the ex-wife to be of Yul-Edochie. Yul-Edochie is still married on paper to this lady, May Edochie. They were married for years, at least over a decade. They have children. They had children. They have children 18, 19 years old, So, but he announced the birth of his of a new son, and then he said from a second wife, and everybody was like, from a second wife waiting what? Like, wait, he's trying to sneak one in, and then including myself, I was like, this guy is not. I could just tell that this guy is not a polygamist, They tried to compare themselves to Ned Okonkwo, right? Of course, May's lawyer has since called him out for that. Like, what do you mean, Ned Okonkwo? Ned Okonkwo is paying for all of his children. Do you pay for your children? You're not. So what do you mean, right? So there's a lot going on in their story. I think it's still a story that's unpacking, but I found an opportunity to share some things with us today. In a Christmas, so if you go to May's page, right? The very first post is a post from Christmas time in 2022, I think. Yeah, 2022. And that post was talking about, even when you Google her name, that post is talking about there's no forgiveness without love and there's no love without forgiveness. You know, yeah, that's the exact quote. There's no love without forgiveness and there's no forgiveness without love. And a lot of people see people responding to her and they say, how do you find the strength? Because basically the drama in their family happened in the public eyes. Like, this guy literally lost almost a whole chunk of his brand equity by the way he conducted himself on the internet. So the new girlfriend, I guess they said is a wife because he paid a bride price anyway, Judy Austin, along with him, they've been trolling May. So there's a lot of dancing on the internet. They're shooting skits. At one point, they were literally trolling the public. They would do dramas where she kicked Yul-Edochie out of the house. At that point, I said, cap. I don't know if anybody remember, but me, I called the cap. I did. Yes, I need my credit.
Stop the cap.
Yeah. So they were doing skits back then so that they wanted to control the narrative. Now, controlling narrative is a manipulative behavior. Let me jump out there. Nwoko, thank you, Jerry. Nwoko. And if you're checking my chat, Ned Nwoko. Ned Nwoko has never made it here, so I don't know his name like that. Ned Nwoko, husband to Regina, to Nollywood actress Regina Daniels. For Regina Daniels is like the third or fourth or 50th wife. So a lot of men fantasize about being able to be a polygamist. The reality is that you're looking at me right now, there's a good chance you're not a polygamist. Rest, okay? You're not Hugh Hefner. Why do you need to be Hugh Hefner? Is it by force? If you can't force those things, there's some people that are like that. And there are some people that fantasize, right, about that. You and I are more likely, we're probably fantasizing about that. And you know what's worse? You're having a hard time facing the reality. You're not Ned Nwoko. Okay. So anyway, he tried to pull up the fast one on everybody, on the public, because it's very popular. He has a very unique voice. I'm not going to play any video. I just want to get to the lessons today, right? He tried to play a very fast one. The ladies love Yul-Edochie. They love it when they hear him, right? So all of that was basically ended up straight just because of one quickus in the podcast. Now, Yul has since tried to become an online pastor, a real estate mogul, along with his second wife, or new first wife to be. He's tried different things. He's tried to be a skit maker. He became skit maker overnight. Now, he's still acting, by the way. He's still producing movies. So I see also a lot of people saying that he might not be getting as much work anymore. Honestly, your reputation in any industry, when people are not sure if they've offended you, like if you're blocking people because they said something slightful about you, and they're not sure if you will be willing to work with them, we all hate rejection, right? They will rather find somebody else. Like if they really feel like, you will be good for this position. There's some people that have the courage to reach out. There's some people that will just say, that guy has too much drama, I don't want to deal with it. So that's Yul-Edochie. So the wife that we're talking about, they're still going through a very long process divorce right now. She said, I don't want to be a part of any polygamy. All right. I will not be a part of polygamy. Udogu collect stray bullets instantly. Like, me, I say you should be my original wife. And then you are now telling me you can't. Who are you? You know. So that who are you turned to a bunch of skits that maybe that wasn't his intention, but basically was trolling me, Yul-Edochie. Just imagine if that was you. Your marriage just ended up straight in the poto, and then a few weeks later, your husband is now out there with millions upon millions of monitoring spirits trolling you. Maybe that's not his intention. I don't know if that's his intention. I doubt if he's thinking that deeply. I don't think he's critically thinking to how far is this going to mess with May's mind. So I want you to be aware that took everything for her to not overreact in public. Just imagine how much it took her to maintain the steeze and composure up to this moment to not come out, because keep in mind, she has the same level of attention, if not bigger now. If she said, now they said, Queen, what do you want? How can we serve? That's where she's at right now. And she's almost achieved that almost overnight since the announcement and all the skit making and all the foolery that Yul has been doing online. You know? So anyway, in August 2023, she filed for divorce. According to the lawyer, she actually did not want to, she wasn't thinking, she was forced into that place, right? So instead of doing the basketballs that most people like, get some evidence, come here, come and do this, come and drag him online too, right? Instead of that, because she can do that, she could be tempted by so many monitoring spirits to speak your truth, right? What did she do? I'm giving you some game. I'm going to give you some game, okay? What did she do? August 2023, she filed for divorce. Not only that, she also demands 100 million naira. I don't know how much that is. How much is 100 million naira in dollars? Somebody help me do the math. She's demanding that in damages from Judy for adultery. Judy is the new wife to be. They're not yet married. Now, as far as they is concerned, when they ended up in the court, Yul actually said they're not married. They're just both skit makers. So May's lawyers accuse Yul of being a deadbeat father. And he also has claimed that he's violent. That's the lawyer. You know, typically lawyers are trained to not run their mouth, at least not for their clients. So I'm not sure what he's trying to pull off. I'm not sure if there's a strategy behind that. But anyway, he's accused Yul of being violent and being a deadbeat father. Now, also at one point, Yul came out and said somebody is plotting and they've offered 1 million naira to buy his new friend, partner, skit maker, traditional wife. Okay. Now, let's rewind back for a few minutes. In the middle of all the skit making, they lost their first son. They lost their first son. He was 16 at the time. So that boy would have been, they lost him to seizure while he was playing, according to reports, to seizure while he was playing football, soccer, right? So if you remember, those of you that have been here from day one, I used to talk about rock bottom. Some people will just simply not listen until they hit rock bottom. Now, rock bottom is it's a subjective thing, right? For some people, it's literally they are no longer here, they are dead. And for some people, it's now when they hear this kind of lessons, they're like, I need to get my shit together. And then it could be anything in between. But rock bottoms can be very costly, is the point I'm making here. Why wait? Why wait another day? You know? So the tragic loss, you would think, you know, he went quiet for a second and then he came back with another skit, and then Judy came back with a video basically attacking the general public, saying that why are they trying to teach her friend skit maker / traditional husband Why are they trying to teach him how to mourn his son? Listen, somebody said, this is all pretending. They're just trying to blow. They were chasing clout. I said, hey, waiting. No. This is an example of when you should know that some people are just mad. Some people are just that mad. Some people are just not that collected when it comes to, they're so far from what you might consider common sense, which is why I always say common sense are terrible guides to life. You need to leave some room for this kind of behavior. So during that time, I don't think she had filed for divorce yet. So again, let's fast forward back now to when she filed for divorce. She filed for divorce in August 2023. They lost their son. So the way he reacted, according to the lawyer, the way he reacted to he would go back and forth. He was trying to sleep with her, according to reports, trying to be intimate with her forcefully. Remember, them losing their son is after the announcement that you welcome a new son with some wife somewhere in another town entirely, and then we should just be a happy family. And then she's like, no, I don't want to be in a polygamist situation. That's all she said at first. But this experience, according to the lawyer, pushed her to the point where she decided to file for divorce and actually file for and actually be asking for damages of 100 million naira. So they've been going back and forth. They go to court, and then sometimes they've had situations where he will show up to court, his lawyer will not show up. So they've been stalling the situation in Nigeria. They will stall the situation. So that's part of the test you're going to go through. See, when you're going through this kind of stuff, ladies, there's going to be a lot of curveballs. Okay, there's going to be a lot of curveballs thrown at you, especially if you're with somebody who is manipulative, somebody who's using manipulative methods. What do we mean when we say manipulative? I find that a lot of our brothers, they don't really realize they're being manipulative. In addition to the fact that they're not willing to be they're not willing to admit that they're manipulative because they don't understand what it means. Okay, what it means is that you're looking for some kind of change, but instead of approaching things from a place of value, you will rather use manipulative methods. You will use shaming languages, you will use blaming, you will use condemnations, criticism, heavy criticism, to try to cajole that person into the change you're looking for. That's manipulation. A lot of time is coming from a very subconscious place. That's what you learn how to do. So you're doing it without realizing you're doing it. But the person on the receiving end is feeling abused because they don't want to do what you're asking for, but you're now calling their attention to different things, different reasons that are shameful in nature, criticisms, right? Condemning in nature, right? Basically just calling them out without offering something of value in their eyes, because value is in the eyes of the beholders. You're not offering anything of value to them. In fact, you're saying what is of value to them is bullshit. You're cursing them out in addition to they find value in the thing. So they feel less than and less than. And basically your motive, your ultimate motive is you're trying to create some kind of change. Your change can actually be good. You're asking for, but you don't know how to communicate it in a way that it can be received. So that's called manipulation. So for example, right, we want our women to work with us when we move abroad with regards to how we respond to culture shock. You can say it that way, or you can say, this woman's head will scatter when they enter Yankee. Be warned, though, don't bring her. See, that second statement is a manipulative statement because you're trying to shame people to submission. You're trying to force them to submit to your will. And you forgot that you're in a romantic relationship. Those are manipulative behavior. They will come off as abusive, which means it's abusive. And those are what we call controlling. You're trying to control a person outside of using the power of influence. You actually they've lost respect for you, right? Probably because you lack self-respect. Those are manipulative behavior. So instead, you remind them of what the culture says. This is what culture says. This is not how people are supposed to act. This is not what you're supposed to. Anything, women do it too. Anything that's anything that does not, any type of controlling action that you're taking to create change that you have not taken the time to process value. What is the value for the other person? There's a good chance that you're being manipulative. Okay. So now what happened is that after the announcement, suddenly May's career started booming everywhere. She was getting endorsement deals. You was losing endorsement. You will see in his chat up to today, whenever he posts anything, up to recently, whenever he posts anything, you will see heavy insults at him. Let me see if it's still true today. I'm actually gonna go see his page right now because I'd like to see that is different now. Yul-Edochie. Yul-Edochie. Okay. Let's see. Is this a movie? Okay. So this is a movie. Okay. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If you look at this page, I'm not gonna play this and make it still. If you haven't seen this movie on YouTube, you're missing. Showing on, so it still has movies out there. He's still doing some movies, but you can see that it's select people. He's not doing anything huge. Someone of his status by now should be doing, should be competing with the likes of yes, even RMD. RMD is much older than him, but even that, at that level, that's where he should be competing right now. But people are not sure how to go about working with him. That's what it looks like, at least from this end. It looks like this guy is so messy with his personal online, his personal life. And so like, but it's my personal life. Why is that your business? Aha, I'll show you how is my business in your bank account. How about that? So look at this comment here. Are you an elderly actor residing in Enugu from 60 years old and above? You will be needed today for a scene in a movie. Okay, so he's still working. Let's see. This work, this is all he needs to post. I always say here, if you have good work, right, it goes far beyond, like, if you can focus on it. The problem is that coconut heads, they don't know how to focus on their work. They want to control narratives. They want to control it. They want to tell you what something means now, by force, by fire. So people still come here and insult him. This is a post about my father's corpse. It's a movie. Someone said, see me, you are that before he posts new movie, we'll be running kitty kata kata just to hear his big voice. Let me make sure that you guys can still hear me. Or can you guys still hear me? Let me make sure you guys are still there listening to me, right? Okay, good, awesome. Shout out to all 43 of you watching this live. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Make sure that you're always here because we cover some really good stories and then we get into some real life marriage, relationship, and life lessons. All right, so let's get into it. So somebody said, who is wasting time to watch this amateur movie? Jesus. So I said, my father's corpse. The name itself is boring. All right. There's Ucheria is there. I see, who is this? Okay. The only reason we still view Nollywood movies, okay? This one that I'm not seeing you and your second-hand Judy wife post again. Hope all is well. Second-hand wife. So they still come on a consistent, I think it's reduced a little bit, but they come here to basically insult him. Somebody says it's pathetic how you people don't know this man in person, but you hate him so much because of a failed marriage. The problem is that it wasn't just a failed marriage. He trolled his whole family. Unfortunately, in the middle of his trolling, he lost a son. And a lot of people can relate with that. And you're going to Shalaye tired in terms of how people respond to it because it's a public figure at the end of the day. All right. So let's see. We have all been brainwashed to know everything about Moses, Jacob, Isaac, and the people of Israel, yet we know nothing about our ancestors. He wants to be a pastor at the same time. He wants to talk about ancestors at the same time. He's very confused. We know nothing about the exploits of our grandfathers, grandmothers, and all the great people in our lineage. Big shame on all of us. If you don't know who you are and where you're coming from, you'll never know where you're heading to. Nice. Anyway, be honest in your dealings extremely. Let's see here. Somebody said you need this your advice more. Were you honest with your wife when you did doke outside? See, the I think it's reduced because before you will see all types of insults, right? So as I see how he just spelled himself out. Wow, talking about honesty, speaking with experience. Why did your father and Akunaku went dig calling Queen May's name? and your papa and Akuna Kuna. So there's a lot of other stories that people have made up. Some of them are true, some of them are coming from their camp that I don't really yield to. Today, what I want to do is I want to give you the game real quick. Okay, that's all I want to do. I want to give you the game to how Queen May is winning. Why she's winning? She's piling up endorsements, ambassador deals back to back to back to back to back since the decline of this marriage. Sometimes when marriage ends, we don't see it for what it is. What do I mean? What it is? A marriage ended. And when you don't see it as a marriage ended, it's going to be hard for you to see the upside of it. Now, to some people, manipulative people, that sounded like we're encouraging people to end their marriage. English is a problem.
Not be juju be that.
English is a bastard. I swear. So let me repeat it again. When a marriage ends, it is what it is. Good marriages that both people are feeling good in it, they don't just end. So even in this case, the person that actually finished that marriage completely is Yul himself. He has his reasons for going to go doke another kweku somewhere in Enugu. He has his reasons. It might not make sense to you, right? But that created a downstream effect that ended up ending the marriage. Then he started trolling himself and his marriage and his family, and he tried to do polygamy. It no work. The key in all of this is a lot of letting go. It's one of the most difficult things for us to do. So we now start to shame people that their marriage end. We start using language like divorcees are this, they do that. Divorcees are nothing. You are a village boy. It's 2024. Divorce. If somebody divorced, if anything, it's a brand new opportunity. It's a second chance. Now for the divorcees, it's not going to be that simple. It's not free. When you collect, break fast. There's some things you need. There's some work you need to do. If you try to wing things, you go collect. There are rumors out there right now today. Kanye West.
Sorry.
There are rumors that his 2-year marriage is on the rocks, right? But then they came out to debunk a few hours walking in the mall, like that means anything. But again, second, third marriages, they've been known to be over 70% in divorce because people don't do the necessary work. But the point I'm making here is that when a marriage ends, or a divorce is looming, it's a blessing. Okay. Now, brothers, I'm talking to you today. Your ex-wife to be, if you have coconut head and you want to be manipulative, like I said, if you have a change that you're looking for, do the homework, look for the value in the change that you're offering in the eyes of the beholder and sell it. It's your responsibility. You're the one that's coming to the table with change. Sell it from a standpoint of value. What is in it for the other person? What is in it for me? WIIFM. What is in it for me? That's what the other person is asking. And if you say, what's in it for you? You don't usually say it in that way. But you just say, just do the right thing. That's manipulative behavior. Most people that say, just do the right thing are basically manipulative people.
You're right.
What do you mean the right thing? Right for who? Based on what standard? What moral standard are we using? Let's not pretend. Let's call a spade a spade. We know what is right and wrong. Why are we arguing? If we know what is right and wrong, why are we in the argument? You
they use your function to play.
Rounding up. Let's get into it. Somebody's like, wait, where are the lessons? Here they are. Ex-wife to be. It doesn't matter if you're ex-wife to be, even if you plan to stay in there. What these are May's secrets I want to share with you. I'm giving you game. Gentlemen, just because you're listening to this doesn't mean if you don't humble yourself and learn how to influence, how to operate from a power place and not fairness, that fairness, stupid nonsense. Operate from your place of power. Operate from a place of a person of value. If you don't know how to do that, I will share the secret with you. It's useless for you. You go still collect. Your wife will still dump you. Yeah.
Sorry.
So listen carefully. If you listen to this with your nose, it won't work. You're like, hey, that's the secret. I know what you can't get them. Because this thing has to be deeply rooted. Even the woman who want to fake this will fail. You need support system to pull this off. Anyway, number one, be prepared for ongoing challenges. They won't stop until they hit rock bottom. Okay? They won't stop until they hit rock bottom. If somebody's being manipulative, they're being abusive, and they are leaving or you're leaving them, they are going to pull out all the stunts to trigger you, to destroy you, vindictive behavior. Please expect more and more of it. Okay? All kind of curveballs are going to come your way. Please, when you see them, just know that Allah already warned you. Why? Because they have nothing of value to offer. They must manipulate you to submission. But guess what? When you understand this already, it doesn't faze you, because you also understand that you have power. In fact, in this space, they are the powerless, but only if you understand your own power. Number two, focus on self-care and sustainability while keeping an open mind. So I'm not saying by force the marriage must end. What I'm saying is that today the marriage is not existing because somebody's leaving, you're leaving, or they're leaving. You have to admit what that is today, in this moment in time. It is what it is. It's an opportunity. It's a brand new, fresh opportunity for you to build. God is giving you, don't turn me to a preacher. God is giving you a chance. Oh, brothers, I did say your ex-wife to be. This is an opportunity for you too. Because obviously you're not getting your way. Your manipulative ways are not working. So you might find yourself tempted to pull out all kinds of stunts. Let me see if I use this. Let me call the family meeting on them. Let me do this. Let me call this other person. You know what? Let me seize the car. Financial abuse. Give me your credit cards. If you're not going to drop the keys, if you're not going to listen to me as your husband. Manipulative behaviors. How is it working? It doesn't work. You might end up coming back and say, don't bring this woman abroad. You see, I told you. I told you. You go shalaye tired. No evidence.
We go explain. Because no evidence.
No evidence. That's number two. Let's move on to number three. We got to move quick now. I ran out of time. I took my time today. I enjoyed this. I'll be back tomorrow, by the way. Number three, your primary responsibility to your kids is providing necessities, not luxury. In this kind of space, a lot of you get stuck in your ideologies, your ideas of a perfect life, and you don't know what to do with yourself when you find yourself in a situation where you're pulling out of a marriage or somebody is leaving you. You don't know what you do with yourself. This time, this space, you need to strip everything off. You're just one human being. If you have children, you're responsible for necessities, not luxury. Luxury is luxury for a reason, right? Downsize temporarily if you need to, because if you don't, if you find yourself in a position where you're not self-sustainable and you have to be going to the other person to ask or appease them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to use that to manipulate you even further. You need to be coming from a place where you're self-sustainable, because that's attractive, right? If they know, if like the way human beings, okay, so context, human beings were mad, okay? If we feel like somebody needs us, we run. If you feel like they don't need us, we are attracted to them. So how? So now we should manipulate them? No. In the first place, you should be self-sustainable. So everything you can do to move in that direction is what you should be doing. If anything, your luxuries are going to be a function of how well you're doing. When you're in a place where you need to rebuild all over again, strip down, downsize if it's necessary. Okay? Whatever you need to do. But how much do you need, you and a few other people, to survive? That's the question you should be asking. And if you live in Yankee or anything like that, there are help. You just have to ask. Ask the right people, of course. Number 4, keep any money from your ex-husband separate until a formal support agreement is filed with the court. This is only, I'm giving you the condition when the person is being manipulative, okay? This is the condition. Only if they're being manipulative. If they're coming off as manipulative, they're trying to use their upper hand and they're trying to use that to control your life. Whatever it is that they're giving to you, you need to be keeping track of things. Okay? You should accept it. If it's a matter of support for the children and stuff like that, you should accept it. Now, this was born because I have an actual story. I won't have time to get into it right now today. In a situation where a man left his family and he said, I'm going to donate this. He left. He literally abandoned everybody. And he said, I'm going to donate this amount of money, deal with it, or go and die. That's essentially what he's saying. So what do you do? What do you want to do with that? Let's retrace our step backwards a little bit. How did we end up here in the first place? Why am I in a space where I need you so badly? Okay, so you're going to donate. Okay, donate it. No problem. Donate it. Keep record of it. Separate it. Because when you create children in this life, you must be responsible. I don't know about Nigeria, but here, even in Nigeria, yes. But here, there are systems in place to help you with that. So that same person actually could not face-to-face, started using emails and text messages. What do I always tell you? Anything that's emotionally laced text messages, you should be avoiding them. Okay, somebody who doesn't know any better is going to send them to you. Ignore them, take note. Okay, but what they didn't know is that that's ammunition against them. That becomes your power. So in that case, number 5, print and document any manipulative correspondence, because you'll be needing them in actual mediation. You'll be needing them. Wait, why do we have to go to court? They are being manipulative. If somebody don't hold them accountable, they will not be accountable. That is something they don't understand. People that lack accountability, you go just explain tired. You have to use leverage to get them to do what they're supposed to do. You have to use influence. You have to use power. This is not the place to play fairness. Okay? So yes, you might have to go to court. If there's custody issue involved, if there's support issue involved, and somebody just uproots themselves, indirectly or directly, Yul-Edochie style, or they doke somebody or something like that, they will be responsible. It's a process. You have to be ready for it. Number 6, if its manipulative behavior persists, you need to start the support and custody process through the courts. No, you might not. If they self-correct immediately, you might not need to see the judge. There will be mediation. There will be opportunities to do things the right way. But if they are doing right now, you have conversation with them, you sit down with them to talk amicably, and they are not seeing that you are a human being, let them be. There are systems in place for that. Listen, you're going to be watching YouTube channels where they will say, hey, this is the person that's been teaching our women to work against us. They will be all right. They will be all right. Because what's the alternative? That you sit out there 5 years gone by, 10 years, your life right in front of your face. Like you can't even recall, right? It's very important to understand that you need love and connection like everybody else. The longer you spend with the wrong person, the longer you spend away from the right person. You will be going through the courts. It's part of a process. If you do it now, it's a short process. If you do it later, it gets longer. How's that? Nonetheless, that process is going to frustrate you. It's okay. Remember Queen May, Yul-Edochie. They're in court. It's going to take a while. It's a process. Yes, it's going to roughen you up a little bit. Number 7, you shouldn't have custody until a formal agreement is in place, especially if he's being insensitive to your role as a mother. There's a difference between a father and a mother. Anybody that's trying to compete the two, they are manipulative. They don't know what they're talking about. Number 8, let go of any notions of fairness. Have I said that already? Yes. Let me repeat it. Use professional representation to protect your rights. You don't know what you don't know. The legalities of this kind of stuff is not as simple as, no, I don't want anything, no, I just let it know. He can take his own thing. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. You have no idea. A person who is being manipulative is not trying to be fair. Why are you trying to be fair? Right? The best way to be fair is to make sure you're good, that you have enough to offer other people. You have to make sure you're good. Self-care, self-love, self-respect. Okay? And understand that you have power. Number 9, You have options. Don't settle for this type of love ever again in your life. There are billions of people here. Okay? Don't ever in your life settle for this kind of love ever again, with or without this person. If they want to come back, they must work. They must earn you back. They must learn for the first time that in life you earn respect, you earn trust, and you have to earn love. Number 10. This is an opportunity. See this as a fresh start. Trust the process. Your blessings are coming. Again, the longer you spend in the wrong mindset, the longer you spend away from all the right things. That's the game. That's the game. Your power. Engage your power back. Engage your power back. So you are teaching all this before uncle. Do you want a wife who doesn't understand this about themselves? That they understand that you obviously don't want that wife. So let somebody else have them and take care of them. Oh yeah, never mind. There are people, more than enough people, but only if that wife see how powerful they are. Only if they see the value in themselves. If they don't see the value in themselves, it's no wonder that they'll be treated and manipulated over and over again. And let's be clear, I don't think manipulation is always from a place of intentions. I think it's just bad behavior, lack of skills for the most part. You guys have said a lot in the chat too. I see Toby Travis here. Do you think when May said she doesn't want to be numbered, she was trying to give you all a choice to choose her and only I could be? She's not perfect. You know, the idea, let go of any idea for perfection too. She was probably confused, just like any other lady who got dumped or who felt left behind, who felt not chosen, who felt not picked. She'll be confused. Remember, the lawyer also said that she wasn't going to pull off until the way he started moving after they lost their son. That's what pushed her. That he was actually being violent. He was trying to force himself on her. That's when, according to the lawyer, that's when she decided to go and file, you know. So she's just a human being, but we're all humans. You can learn the game. And if you ever find yourself in any kind of crisis, this is the mindset. It might not be marriage crisis. This is the mindset. You understand that you have to get to the root cause, right? You have to start rebuilding up again. It's an opportunity. Crises are opportunity. The problems are opportunities. Okay? Crisis, conflict. These are opportunities for you to learn how to resolve conflict. And people that lack accountability, they will always look for other people to blame. And by the way, they will find more than enough people to blame. Yep. The kind of money Queen May is making, chai, her kids are fully and financially created for. It's good to be able to cover this like this, right? You're not always going to have an opportunity to see the end of a story. By the way, it's not the end yet. It's not going to be like Nollywood movie. That's why you don't wait. You don't wait for other people to show you the end of a movie where you see the bad man die. You don't even know if that's actually the bad man. You just make sure you take care of yourself. Engage your power. Use the resources at your disposal. The court, police are resources at your disposal. Use them if it's necessary. If a person is not, they're not getting you, it's a good chance you're the one that's not getting them. Have somebody else mediate. Have another system in place to help you get through the gridlock so you can start rebuilding your life all over again. Okay. I don't see, if you ever have any questions, I will be scanning for cues or stuff like that, but I don't see any. So I'm just going to call it today because I have to run. I'll be back here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Do me a favor. You know what time it is. Help me like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified whenever we go live. I want to say shout out to Queen May Yul-Edochie for being a good example that we can use to extract this kind of lessons. Shout out to Yul-Edochie too for being who he is, because without him, there's no lessons like this. Shout out to all the brothers who want to stay manipulative. You go collect.
Sorry.
We're not going backward, okay? You have to learn the actual skills that you're missing. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. There are skills involved in this, and you're shooting yourself on the legs using manipulative tactics. Learn how to find value. Learn how to see the glass as half glass full, as opposed to, the whole world is crashing. Don't bring your wife to America. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.